Hey there, thank you for joining me for this next video. In this video and in the next group of videos, I am going to go over how to play segments from songs from the 1970s, the 80s, the 90s, and from 2000 and beyond. These are songs that are fun to play once you have them down, and you could use them as tools to develop your own style and hopefully use them to write some of your own music or even just play them for fun. Are you ready? Here we go. Okay, so before we begin, as you've probably noticed, I am using a different guitar than what I've used on any of my other videos. This is my Ernie Ball Music Man John Petrucci model that I've had for about 15 years. It's an awesome guitar, definitely one worth checking out. Okay, so the first song I'm going to show you some riffs from is Rock and Roll Band from the classic rock band Boston. This album was released in August of 1976, and the album it's from is the self-titled album Boston. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the riff for you at a normal tempo, and then I'm going to break it down. Here we go. Okay, so that is basically the intro of the song, the first verse, and the pre-chorus. Okay, so to begin with, pretty much I'm using just a medium distortion tone on this, and I'm pretty much doing a lot of power chords in this. Basically, a power chord is like that, and you've heard many rock songs where power chords have been used. So what I do is I start off with pretty straightforward pattern. That is pretty much a power chord, and that is the B note on the 5th string, and then it's the the B note is the 2nd fret 5th string, and then you have the 3rd finger on the 4th fret 4th string. That is an F sharp. And then what I do is I tend to go and use my pinky, and it's doing an octave of the B. So that is the B on the 4th fret 3rd string. So you could do it like this with just the B and the F sharp if you want. If you want to add that octave in, you can as well. It's just up to you which way you want to do that. So it goes. Whoops, sorry, let me do that again. Okay, so that's a B power chord, and then you go back and forth between what will be an A power chord, same as this. So, and then I'm doing an E power chord. So you have E, B, and then if you want E on the top or just E, B, like that. And you hear me do the like that, like a muted thing, and I don't know, that's just kind of what my hand wants to do right there, is to just do, you know, a little maneuver right there. I guess you could do it without, but the way that I'm playing it, the way that I hear it, I feel just I have to do that. So if you do it without, so you can get away with it without doing that. That's just what my right hand has a tendency to do. So Okay, so either way works. So basically that's the intro to it. And then we go into the first verse. So when I get to the last power chord at the beginning, I just do kind of a build up. And then I go into the first riff. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm going off of the low E note, open E on the 6th string. So what that is just the open E. And then I use my 2nd and 3rd finger on 3rd fret 6th string, 4th fret 6th string, and then the next note is the E on the 2nd fret 4th string. So and you can either do it where you bring out a little more power doing the power chord than the single notes, or you could probably just get away with the single note. I mean, it's up to you. I can't remember off the top of my head if it is a power chord like that and then the single notes are all single notes, but they have about the same impact, so it's your choice right there. So it goes, and then it goes to the A, open A. Okay, so that pattern goes open A, then I'm using my 2nd and 3rd finger again, this time on the 5th fret, and those notes are C and C sharp. And then it goes back to the G, G sharp, then A. Then it repeats the cycle. So the whole cycle goes. That's the whole thing. So let's do that again. Okay, so that repeats 4 times, and then at the end of it, you have this little thing where it goes like that. So it basically goes. And what I do is I mute an open A, and then I hit the 5th fret with the 2nd finger, do another muted open A, and then I hit the 6th fret, so that is D, and then D sharp. So it goes like this. Then it repeats it again. So the whole pattern goes like this. Okay, then it repeats again, and then pretty much what happens is it goes to this. Whoops. So you have, then you go to a power chord on the F sharp, then you go up here. So it's the same pattern, different notes. So you first have the E power chord, then you have the G, G sharp, and then the E on the 2nd fret 4th string. Then you do a power chord on the F sharp. Then you move the pattern up here where you're going, same finger, 2nd and 3rd fingers, you go A sharp, and then you do F sharp on the 4th fret, 4th string. Then you hit those again. And now you're on a power chord on A. And what I do at the very end of this is I do this. I'm basically just playing the harmony that the guitars do before it goes into the chorus. So if you want to do that, you can, or you could just go and then just take it up to a B power chord. So it's up to you, whichever way you want to do that. So Let's do the whole pattern now. I'll play it at a slightly slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. So if you have your heart set on playing those harmonized notes, this is how you do it. First, I will show you the upper part of the harmony and then the lower part. So to begin with, I start with my third finger on the second string, 9th fret, and that note is a G sharp. I take that down to the F sharp, which is the 7th fret on the second string. I'm using my first finger, so. And then what I do is I use my third finger, 3rd string, 9th fret, which is an E. Then I use my second finger, 8th fret, which is the D sharp, and that goes back up to the E. And then after that I go to my first finger, 6th fret, 3rd string. So it goes. Okay. Now the other pattern goes, it's lower notes, and all it does is you're starting, and I do this with, if I play it individually, it would be that 3rd fret, third string, not 3rd fret, the 3rd string, 9th fret, the E note, using my second finger, then that 8th fret on the 3rd string, which is the D sharp, and then I go down to the 9th fret, 4th string, and that is a B note, so it goes 3 times on that B note. Then I take my first finger down to the 6th fret on the 4th string, so it goes. And if you play them together, and there's a variety of ways in which you can finger this. If you want to do it with your 3rd finger and 4th finger, and then go to these notes with your 1st and your 2nd finger, you can do it that way. Or you could take your 2nd and 3rd finger on these 2 notes, slide into the 1st and 2nd. So you could do like, or. That's up to you how you want to finger that. But those are basically the notes to it. So one more time. Hey, you like that? If you do, please leave a comment down below, select the like icon, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.